Hey, how's it going?
Hey
It's
everybody,
Kuma.
and Usagi.
Okay. Yes, that took a while, but okay. Uh, yeah, we're recording some Kuma talks. Because, like I said, we're probably going to be putting these out a little more. Just
Often?
because of, yeah, just because, like, they're easier to make on, like, a weekly or daily basis. More like a daily basis, by a daily basis. So, yeah.
So,
And,
what are we talking about today?
oh, I'm getting to that.
Oh, you can take me
Uh,
now.
uh, so last time I mentioned some shit that happened, like on top of like being scared of like unorthodox shit or whatever, or stuff that's like movies that fucks up. There's some stuff that have happened to us, and I don't know, I just thought, why not fucking talk about that shit?
Yeah, because it's so interesting.
I don't know, isn't it?
Well, maybe not to them, but to us it is.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably some people out there looking for shit to watch. Um, Now, mind you, I'm not doing this in a story time type way. I'm just saying what happened and kind of it. So it's not kind of may be underwhelming, but I don't know. Maybe Usagi can do the whole story time thing if you want to hear like more in depth of shit that happened. I don't know.
Hmm.
Um,
I had to still collect my thoughts a little bit about my stuff, so you can go first, of course.
uh, I mean, one of the first things that have ever happened to me that's like, that was scared the shit out of me or whatever. I was in middle school, and in middle school, I had to get up at like 6 a.m., maybe 5, and it was still dark out. I think that morning I had woken up at like at 4, and I don't remember what the fuck I went to go do. I know that I was living in a small trailer, and in the back of the house there was a like small back room that we like makeshift made, like out of like tarps and shit. And a lot of our like clothes was back there, and a lot of my school clothes and shit. Since we didn't have room inside the trailer, so I went to the back, and then I heard like a woman crying, and then I just heard her calling out for her kid, or not her kids by name, but like, she's like, "Where are my kids?" And "Where are my kids?" And she just kept saying that, and I mean, obviously, it wasn't in English, it was in Spanish, and it was like far
Hmm.
away. So, I mean, if you're Hispanic, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. If not, basically, I live near a canal, and so I'm guessing that has something to do with that shit. I don't know. Normally, like the fucking urban legend changes from time to time, but like La
Hmm.
Llorona is like normally it's like a river or like a body of water
Hmm.
or some shit, and at night she'll come out and ask, or like crying along the body of water or whatever, and she'll be like, where are my kids? Or she's looking for her kids or whatever.
Where's you?
Yeah, like that.
Where's you?
And the fucking canal was far as fuck, but I heard like it was like yelling or like wailing, not really like whispering or anything. I think I made it sound like it was just like down the fucking like in the shrubs or some shit, but no, it was like it was a ways, and I could hear it, and I was like, what the fuck? And as soon as I heard that, I went, like, I fucking ran into the house, and I went back to sleep. I was like, fuck that, I'm not going to school. But, I mean, obviously I had to wake up again, because I woke up at 4. I didn't know it was at 4 o'clock. I thought it was like 5 or some shit. I didn't check my alarm.
Yeah, but like close to when you had to go to school
Yeah,
already.
yeah, so I was just like, what the fuck?
Hmm.
And I just went back into the house, and then that was it. I didn't say anything, but, like, that's one of the like first scary things that have happened to me that I remember. I mean, there's something else, but I don't know what the fuck that was. I don't know if it was like some kind of fucking um seizure or some shit. Um, and I have no urban legend to bring it up with or anything, but it's like I was living in Florida, and One day I just started like seeing spiders. Like they were ethereal, I guess.
Oh, you're gonna tell them the story.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck happened. Why it was like it was going on for a few days, right?
Well, wasn't it possibly like a medication or something you were
Yeah, I
doing?
don't know if it was like medicine or whatever,
Stressing you out, maybe?
but like I would see fucking ethereal spiders. Like they didn't have no shit. They had no like color or anything. It was just like outlines of spiders. And I mean, like it'd be. I wouldn't give a shit if they were like small, but they were like fucking huge, right? And I was like, freaking the fuck out. Um, then they decided to take me to the hospital, and they couldn't do anything because they were like, we don't know what the fuck's going on. Okay, so that's what's still happened to me. I gave Usagi time to think, like she asked, because apparently there's so many things that happened that she can't remember.
Oh, sure, whatever.
That's a joke, whatever.
Sure. I don't know. I guess I'll talk about the time first when we were all out of the house and Kuma's mom did something kind of weird that you don't usually do. I don't know if it's just because of superstition or just because you're not really supposed to do it. But we didn't think much about it when it actually occurred. So we were out, we got home, and we were just sitting at the dining table. That day, I don't remember it being really windy or really breezy or anything at all. But there's like a side door where we would eat for like dinner and lunch, whatever. And all of a sudden, the door kind of just started swinging open. Well, I don't know if it's swinging, but it started opening slowly. And Kuma's mom was like, "Come in." And was like all inviting, because I mean, I don't know if y'all have heard his mom or anything, but she sounds really nice when she talks. And well, we were just like, "Mom, don't do that, like don't say that, you're not supposed to invite anything that you don't want over." And she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm so sorry, no, we'll get out then, I don't want you in here." I'm just kidding. And we didn't think much about it at that time, but then there was like another time, maybe a few days after that, maybe even like a week or so, we went out to eat, I think, and then we came back, and then the first people to come through the door was Kuma's stepdad, and I think his mom, and then me. And when I was walking in, I heard all of a sudden like if a door had shut a little bit after we opened the door. And it may be because the door wasn't, like sturdy enough to hold itself open, because I remember Kuma's parents' door was kind of light. But be it, whatever, it happened. I came in and then I heard like if something had closed. And I did ask them, I was like, "Did you all close your door this morning or did you leave it open?" And I remember Kuma's mom saying that they had left it all the way open. And when I went to go check over, I saw that all of our doors were closed. And it wasn't like a loud close, it was just, I heard it down the hall. And well, I told them, is someone else in the house? Did you guys invite anybody before? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, your door got closed, you said you left it open. And well, they went to go check, but no one was there, obviously. But yeah, so that kind of happened afterwards. And then there was a time, sometime probably more after that, or I don't remember if it was before, actually I don't really recall. But I remember my father had already, been passing away and everything. And Kuma was at work, and I think his little sister and his mom were home because it was like the weekend. And so I was also home, everyone else was at work or doing something at school for his other siblings. And so his little sister was saying that she was gonna go see me in my bedroom, or Kuma and my bedroom. Kuma and my bedroom. And that she didn't bother me because she saw like a pair of shoes from underneath the door, like the little opening on the bottom of it. And so she thought that it was me or possibly Kuma. We were talking, But I don't know if she remembered that Kuma was at work or not. But she told me it was like around the afternoon, maybe like 1 or 2 when she went over. But she didn't knock and she didn't come in. And she said that at first it just looked like a shadow when the light was going through. And that it was just walking back and forth or walking around slowly at least. And I told her no, like, no one was in there. It was just myself and I was actually laying in the bed. And I asked her, like, do you remember if you saw the color of the shoes or anything? She's like, no, I just remember them being like shoes or boots. I was like, oh, okay. And then I had told her, well, how come you didn't tell us anything? And she was just like, oh, because I don't think anyone's gonna believe me. And then I told her, well, I will always believe you, and I'm pretty sure Kuma will too. You're always welcome to talk with us about it. And so after that, I don't think she saw anything else, and if she did, she didn't really talk about it because she kind of thought it might have been my dad, because she even mentioned it, that maybe it was my dad because they sort of had, like, I guess, a way how Kuma walked or something, and men like to walk a certain way. I don't know, but that's what she thought, that if it wasn't Kuma, then maybe it was my dad who came to visit. Which is weird because I don't remember if we told her that my dad had passed away at that time or what, but that's that. And then I don't know. Do I talk about the shadows? Okay, pues I'll talk about the shadows. He just like shrugged his shoulders, I guess. So when we would go to sleep, or if I was not paying attention, Kuma specifically would see stuff like in the corner of his eye, which I wasn't sure when. He probably will talk about a little bit more about that, but what I would notice is usually at night, as I mentioned, when he's asleep or I was either alone, I would notice something like shadow-like, and when I describe how it looks, I don't think Kuma likes it, or he doesn't understand it because he sees something different, or he would see something different. But I would see something human-like / alien-like, because it would be like a head and a really thin body, dark, just black, no color. And in our bedroom, of course, we have the restroom, and I would see the shadow-like person in the restroom, usually really tall, but like in the crevice of the opening of the door, like where it opens and closes with the hinges, I would see like something peering at us like that. Obviously no eyes, but sort of like leaning, I guess, in a way. And I would see it. I don't remember if it was like once a week or maybe just every few weeks or something, but I would see a little bit here and there. But we only saw it, or I only saw it when we were living in south of Texas. What about you, Kuma?
No, that's not true. You're fucking lying.
What are you talking about?
You saw them over here too?
No, the ones I'm seeing over here are different.
Whatever.
Well, I never said I saw the same ones here.
They're the same to me.
Well, for you, they're the same, but how do you see them?
I just see them in the shadow. They're dark. That's it. So they go, like when I would see them in the restroom, it was just from where like the light switch was to like the hinge. Or like they would go back into the corner of the restroom. That was it. Like where it's darker.
Where the toilet was?
Yeah, you know how where the toilet was, since there was a wall, it was like darker on that side?
Yeah.
And that's like where I would go.
And you guys...
If I caught it. But that's it. Wouldn't see anything. Or sometimes I would see something for like a few seconds or whatever, where the hinge was at. That's it. Like I never saw a like definitive shape or whatever, and it was just kind of like a shadow.
Okay. No, yeah. I actually saw like, something body-like, just dark. But no, I don't see those same ones here. I'm pretty sure I did mention a little bit on the other video, but the ones I see here, in West Texas,
Okay.
I don't know if we are open about our location, but, in our old apartment, If I don't know, you already told them we moved, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, in our old apartment, when I was in the kitchen, either it's washing dishes or just prepping something, sometimes I would feel or kind of see, like in the corner of my eye too, that Kuma was there. And either he was just, peering at me to see what I was doing, um, or I don't know if he was gonna talk. But obviously, I was incorrect because when I would ask, "Oh, babe, do you want something to drink? I can get it for you." Because that kitchen was small, you guys. So, my big ass and him, we would not fit together. And if we did, it was very squished. But then he wouldn't answer, so I would like turn around and be like, "Josh?" And I would, look around the corner and he's not there. And so just like, well, maybe he didn't hear me or he went to the restroom or he was just looking. And then sometimes it happened back to back where I felt it again, or if I saw in the corner of my eye, I would turn and then be like, "Josh, are you there? Do you want something to drink?" But no, he was never there. It was very rare when he was there. And he wouldn't just peer, he would just walk into the kitchen and stand next to me. And that wasn't the case. There's like a wall, like a little, I don't think we call it a hallway, right? It's just
Yes,
like
it's a hallway.
a little hallway, I guess. Fine. A little hallway entryway of the apartment. And there was like a wall between the dining area and the little hall. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. But so there was a wall, and I would look behind the wall. Obviously, he wasn't there. And I think maybe once in a while I would go, "Josh, did you want something?" Like I would go over to the bedroom and ask you. And because, I thought you were there, but you were just playing your video games or doing something for the channel usually. Do you remember?
Uh-huh.
But yeah. But I would mainly see him just when I was in the kitchen. The Before we left though, before like I think I want to say like a week or two before we left the apartment though, I did see something in the hallway and the area where like my mom's bedroom, our bedroom, and our restroom.
Uh-huh.
I saw something like if it was in the closet because we had a hallway closet with our towels and soaps and everything, but our closet was closed, so I don't know. I don't know if it was just my imagination, but I could have swore I saw a shadow, and those shadows, at least when I finally saw it, like kind of manifested, I guess. It was kind of shorter. It wasn't tall like the ones in South Texas. It was shorter, a little bit like you, maybe more. Just because I think whenever I would see it, it would see them like bending over or something. I don't know. I never felt scared though. It was just more like I had no idea. And it's not scary to not have an idea. But anyways, I think that's all I want to talk about. Talking about?
Uh-huh.
I think that's all I
We'll
wanted
talk
to
about.
talk about. Is there anything you think I forgot to mention?
I don't think so. I mean, I can't really think of anything.
Hmm. I mean, I have one other story, but I think we can leave it for a different time. Just because I'm not really sure if it was my imagination or not at that time.
Uh,
It was when I was younger, so we never know.
Speaking, I mean, I guess there's some other scary thing that happened, but that's more like practically scary. Like it's something that you would actually be scared about.
Me?
No, well, I mean, in general.
Uh, it's late, so it better not be too scary.
Oh no, it's not like anything like a fucking monster coming out,
Okay.
or some shit. No, it's like it was at night. It was around when I was in middle school again,
Uh-huh.
and but then I would closing the gate, right? Because we had this big ass gate and small ass fucking trailer. Funny, right? But we were closing the gate, and our neighbors, our front door neighbors, there was a car in front of it, like there was a parked car, and then they turn on the car, and then they start shooting, and well, I fucking
Shooting like a
like
gun?
a fucking gun, yeah, like a
Okay.
fucking rifle,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they're shooting it, and well, I fucking haul ass, obviously,
I think you mentioned this story before. Your mom
and
did or something.
I like, dive next to this of like my stepdad's Mustang. My
Yeah.
brother fucking stayed at the gate. Just like fucking got down and stayed at the gate. I was like, you're a fucking idiot. But yeah, not much happened. Not much happened after that. But like, it's just that's scary. You know, just
Yeah.
you just get home and then just start fucking shooting. I don't think they were shooting at us though. Obviously, they were like shooting at the neighbor's house. But like, just the fact that there's shooting going on, we ran or I ran. My brother's a fucking idiot.
I've never been in that situation, so I feel like part of was really scary. That was the first time that ever happened. The only time, you know.
I guess. I mean,
Hopefully.
I've been around like guns before, like being shot off, but that was like the first time, like, because I didn't know where the fuck they were pointing the gun either.
Well, I mean, aren't you not supposed to when there's a drive-by or shootout?
I don't know. I guess. But it turns out that they record movies,
Oh.
so it might have been like a recording for a
Prank?
movie, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But still, either way, that shit's scary.
You didn't know, yeah.
Yeah.
What if you're like in a movie because they were recording
What if?
and they were
I don't
trying to
know.
see how
But
people react?
but they do like fucking. I was gonna say
B
bootleg.
movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say bootleg, but that's not right.
No,
Yeah, no, like
B
B movies,
movies.
and not even like B movies, but like C movies or some shit. You know,
I
the
don't know
fucking
what
like,
the fuck is.
if you go to the pulga or whatever, you'll see them. What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, I'm just trying to see the screen real quick
Oh, okay.
to help.
Yeah.
So, the pulga. We already
Yeah,
mentioned what the
just-
pulga was last time.
yeah,
If you don't
just-
know, go rewatch it.
Yeah, just go watch our last video. I mean, swap meet. Come on now. Just go to your local swap meet, and you'll probably see some like really shitty movies that were made with like a fucking phone camera.
Phone camera.
That's kind of.
Cloverfield?
Cloverfield wasn't made with a phone camera. Cloverfield was made with a
No.
fucking handheld camera.
Mhm.
Alright, get your shit. It was made with a
Okay.
Kodak. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Um.
But, so you guys never really found out though?
No, no.
Well, I think your mom actually talked about that story.
Yeah, but
And didn't she get like upset at you because you didn't get your brother?
I mean, it's fight or flight.
I know, yeah, but I'm remembering like
Yeah, I don't think
your mom
I
got
don't think
upset.
she really got upset. I think she was just like, yeah, I can't believe he didn't like try and save his brother. I'm like, no, no, he got down. I mean,
He got down by the gate.
yeah,
Yeah.
he just didn't have the legs for it, I guess. Oh, that's kind of scary, but more practical scary than like, ooh, scary.
Ghostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
My mom has a bunch of legs though.
The ghostly or the
Yeah,
practical?
the ghostly, not the practical.
Yeah, and maybe we can tell some of her stories to y'all, but sometimes it's better to hear it from her. I like how she tells them.
Yeah, I'd rather like have like record her talking about them or whatever.
And one day, if you guys want that, definitely let us know, and we'll see if she'll allow us to record her while she's telling us the stories again. And then we'll post them for y'all.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you don't, any possible thing that happened to us will happen to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look.
They're not scary. They're just kind of there and make you look at them. Because they're like, I'm gonna be in the corner of the wall, right outside of your view, and then you turn around and they're like, haha, you can't see me. Right? 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 She's not talking to me.
No, I'm not talking to you.
But yeah, I think that's the end of the video. It's late. I got work tomorrow. So, if you want to hear us talk about other stuff, let us know in the comments as well. And, yeah, thanks for watching. You guys are awesome. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye, Chana. Mattare. Sayonara.
I've never been in a fight, but I've gotten my ass kicked for something dumb that I said about some guy's girlfriend, which wasn't that dumb, cause at the time it was factually correct. Now my face is wrecked. It's neither here nor there, man. You still seem to care, man, an awful lot more than you let on. I wanna be fixed by doctors, I wanna be operated on. I need you to take me to the hospital, even though there's technically nothing wrong. And you'll say you love me for the sake of the tradition.